I'm Martin Gak. I'm Jewish, still very much engaged with my Judaism. I was accused of promoting anti-Semitism, or racism generally is the legal form, but I mean presumably about anti-Semitism, and the denial of the Holocaust related to a tweet in which I said that Jews were never victims. There is something just rather wild about being taken into court, dragged into court to justify myself as a Jew, or to show the Germans that I'm not an anti-Semite or a Holocaust denier. So, you know, emotionally it's really quite heavy, and obviously there is already a price associated with it. So despite what a lot of the public sphere in Germany says, which, you know, you can be a Jew and anti-Semite, I think that essentially is impossible. The Germans to take it upon themselves to decide what is a Jew and what is not should be beyond anything that they permit themselves to do, because there is a tradition of that already happening, in which, you know, beginning with the Nazis, of course, well, previously, but with the Nazis defining what is a Jew. Now in this philo-Semitic context for the sake of protection, in the context of anti-Semitism for the sake of elimination. But the echoes are still the same ones. Just really getting ready for the court, and we shall see. Not exactly a pleasant experience, but I think that the thing that moves me is probably that I think it's a fight that is not only worth having, I think it's a fight that is essential that we have. I think that this trial is one that, as far as I'm concerned, goes far beyond the tweet that I wrote, far beyond the question of anti-Semitism, far beyond the question of what is that one should be allowed to say about Israel or about Jews. This is basically a trial, as far as I'm concerned, that has to do with our democratic rights. And in Germany, these are fundamental rights. These are enshrined in the German basic law, including the right to say what I need to say, the freedom of expression, freedom of the press, and freedom of conscience. I want to have this fight because I don't want to live in a country where I have to be afraid of the consequences of my thoughts. We are now at the very strange stage in which I, Martin Gak, pretty much a nobody, shares the stage with Hitler. So I am standing here in front of the court where in a few minutes I'm going to be put on trial for incitement to anti-Semitism and denial of the Holocaust. And I'm not really sure what to expect, because at the tender age of 50, it's the first time I ever set foot in a court. Okay, so the case was completely dismissed. The charges thrown and the cost covered. So I think we can call that an absolute victory. The idea that I'm an anti-Semite or an Holocaust denier was thrown out. I have to wonder, I must say, although it feels wonderful winning this, what would have happened if I were a 20-year-old Palestinian kid? Or what would have happened if I were somebody that doesn't have the network or doesn't have the capacity to make the statements I made. Germany is slowly becoming a place where it's very difficult to find traces of true democratic openness.